$10,000 a month. It's a goal a lot of us have, right? It's that magic number. But the path to actually get there, well, that often feels a little fuzzy, a little unclear. If you've ever wondered if there's a smarter way to hit that target, one that doesn't involve spending the next 20 years climbing a corporate ladder, then you're in the right place. Let's break it down.
You know the drill. From the time we're kids, we're all told the same story. Go to school, get good grades, get a degree, and then land that safe, secure 9-to-5 job. It's sold to us as the one and only safe path. But let's be honest, does that well-worn road really lead to the kind of life we're talking about?
Let's just look at the cold, hard numbers for a second. The average monthly salary is about $5,316. Now, that's not bad, but it's a long way off from 10 grand, isn't it? What this number really tells us is that for most people, the traditional path simply isn't designed to get you to that goal.
And this really gets to the heart of the matter. It's a tale of two completely different philosophies. The 9-to-5 path is all about trading your time for a paycheck. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. But there's another way. It's a path that people like Stephen Bartlett and Ali Abdaal have followed. They don't trade time for money. They trade value for money. And that simple shift, well, it unlocks everything.
Now, this smarter path isn't some vague, mysterious secret reserved for a lucky few. It's actually a clear, actionable framework, a blueprint that anyone can follow to build wealth on their own terms. So let's pull back the curtain and break down exactly what this three-step plan looks like.
So where do we start? It all begins with step one, getting the right kind of knowledge. And no, I'm not talking about getting another 4-year degree. This is about finding high-value information that you can forge into a high-value skill. We're talking about skills that businesses are practically begging for right now. Things like video editing, web design, copywriting, coding, even high-ticket sales. The key here is to find a skill that companies are more than happy to pay a premium to get their hands on.
But how do you choose which one's for you? Well, instead of just chasing whatever's trendy this week, lean into something where you already have a bit of a natural talent or interest. There's this powerful idea that it's way easier to sharpen a strength you already have than it is to build up a weakness from scratch. You make progress so much faster.
And the best part, you don't need a university to learn these things. The knowledge is already out there, waiting for you. Find the experts on YouTube. Dive into those super niche Reddit communities, read books from the pros, and get active in online forums. It's all about learning from the people who are actually doing the work every single day.
Okay, so you've been learning, you've been consuming, but now comes the most important part. Step 2, turning all that knowledge into actual, real-world income. Because, knowledge without action is really just a hobby. This is where the rubber meets the road.
The secret to getting good, and getting good fast, is this super simple but powerful loop. First, you consume some information. Then, and this is key, you immediately go apply it. Build that website, edit that short video, write that piece of copy. Then, you go back, learn something a little more advanced, and apply that. It's this cycle that separates the beginners from the experts. Look, you have to give yourself permission to be a little messy at first, because your first attempts probably won't be perfect. And that's not just okay, it's necessary. Even Mark Zuckerberg didn't get Facebook right on the first try. He understood that real success often comes from having the freedom to fail, to experiment, and to learn as you go.
As you keep applying your skill, you'll see yourself improve really fast, especially at the beginning. It's just like getting those beginner gains when you first start hitting the gym. But eventually that rapid growth starts to slow down. You'll know you've hit an expert level when it gets really hard to charge significantly more for your services, and that is the signal for the next phase. And that signal, that plateau, that's when the real magic happens. This brings us to step 3, and honestly, this is the most powerful part of the entire blueprint. It's the shift from being an expert who does the work to an educator who teaches the work. This is the key to unlocking true freedom and massive scale. Think about it like this. If you're the one doing all the client work, even if you're making $10,000 a month, you don't really own a business. You own a very demanding, high-paying job. You're still trapped trading your time for money. The real goal is to build a system that can make money without you having to be there for every single step.
And the key to building that system is one little concept: recurring revenue. This is the holy grail of business. When you have predictable income coming in every single month, you can finally invest, you can hire help, and you can scale your business. It's what allows you to finally buy back your own time.
Let's just break down the math here, because it's a real eye-opener. To make 10 grand a month as a freelancer, you might need 10 clients, each paying you $1,000.
That's a lot of individual work and management. But to make that same 10 grand with, say, an online course, you just need to sell a $100 product to 100 people. You build it once, and you can sell it again and again and again.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Why would anyone listen to me? I'm not some guru. But here's the thing. All those struggles you went through in step 2, all the challenges you had to figure out, that's your greatest asset. Your unique, real-world experience is what makes you relatable and lets you connect with people in a way a textbook never could.
So how do you create content that actually builds that audience? There's a great little framework for it called Impact. Is your story inspiring? Do you have a clear message? Are you giving practical steps? Are you being authentic? Are you building a real connection? And are you using smart timing? That is how you make a real impact.
So at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one choice. You can stay on the familiar path, the familiar rut, with the same job, the same capped income, and the same old routine. Or you can choose the freedom path, the one that opens you up to new opportunities, truly scalable income, and a life that you get to design on your own terms. And that leaves us with one final and pretty powerful question. I want you to just think for a second. 10 years from now, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person living pretty much the same life you are today? Or do you want to be the person who built something incredible for themselves? The choice, as they say, is yours.